Welcome back to the World Model Podcast. For the past 12 episodes, we've explored the what and the why of world models. Today, we tackle the how. How to position yourself for the seismic shift this technology will unleash. This is about chasing the latest AI hype stock. It's about understanding the entire investment stack that will support the simulation economy. Forget just about buying NVIDIA. We're going to build a portfolio for the age of causality. The first and most obvious layer is hardware, but we need to be specific. The world is chasing GPUs for training large language models. That is a commodity play. The real alpha is in the hardware for inference and planning, the hardware that runs the world models. This is the domain of neuromorphic computing. Companies like Intel with its Loihi chip and startups like Rain Neuromorphics are building processors where memory and processing are fused. These chips are event-driven and incredibly power efficient, perfect for the sparse, branching computations of mental simulation. They are the antithesis of the GPU. Investing here is a bet that the next decade of AI will be about reasoning, not just recognition. It's a bet against the architectural status quo. The second layer is simulation software and platforms. This is the picks and shovels for the digital gold rush. The companies that provide the tools to build these simulated worlds will be foundational. This isn't just about Unity and Unreal Engine, though their dominance in game engines makes them prime candidates to become standard platforms for synthetic data generation and training. It's also about companies like NVIDIA with its Omniverse, building the operating system for connecting industrial scale digital twins. These companies will be the landlords of the virtual worlds where all future AI is trained. The third layer is robotics and embodied AI. A world model is just a theory until it acts in the real world. The companies that master the sim-to-real transfer, taking a policy learned in simulation and deploying it flawlessly on a physical robot, will be the bridge between the digital and the physical. Look for companies that are not just building robots, but that have a robust simulation to reality pipeline. This is where the theoretical becomes practical, in warehouses, factories, and eventually our homes. But there's a fourth, less obvious layer. Data infrastructure for synthetic data. The world is drowning in messy, expensive, real-world data. The future is clean, perfectly labeled, infinite synthetic data. This requires a new kind of data stack. Companies that provide the tools for generating, managing, and versioning and distributing synthetic data at scale will be as crucial as the cloud providers are today. This is the plumbing of the simulation economy. My controversial take is that the market is currently mispricing risk and opportunity in AI. It is overvaluing companies that are good at the old paradigm of AI, large-scale pattern matching on static datasets. It is undervaluing the entire ecosystem that enables the new paradigm of causal reasoning and dynamic simulation. The companies that will define the next decade are not necessarily the ones with the most data today. They are the ones with the best models of the processes that generate data. A company with the perfect world model of a supply chain doesn't need to have experienced every possible disruption. It can simulate them all and find the optimal response. This is a fundamentally different kind of competitive moat, a causal moat. So, how does an investor act on this? You don't just pick a stock. You build a thesis around the stack. The chip layer, bet on the neuromorphic and memory-centric architectures. The platform layer, bet on the companies that provide the dominant simulation environments. The embodiment layer, bet on the integrators who can bridge the simulation reality gap. The data layer, bet on the new infrastructure for synthetic data. This is a long-term structural shift. It's not about the next earnings call, it's about the next decade. The capitalists of the future won't be the owners of resources or factories. They will be the owners of the most accurate models of how reality works. In our next episode, we will see this principle applied to one of the most complex systems known to man, the human body itself. We will explore how world models are revolutionizing drug discovery, turning a process of luck and brute force into one of precise digital alchemy. This is the World Model Podcast. We don't just follow trends, we identify their foundations. Subscribe for the strategic advantage.